Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from VerifyWise. Today we'll be going over the MCP Gateway in our AI Gateways feature. So the MCP Gateway is where you control what your AI agents can actually do at a runtime. When an agent calls an external tool over MCP, every request flows through this gateway. So you can authenticate it, screen the inputs, require human approval for risky actions, and keep a full audit trail. That lines up directly with Article 14 of the EU AI Act on human oversight. So, under the MCP Gateway, we have several tabs. I'll go over each one by one. First of all, I want to go over is agent keys. Agent keys, this is where your issue scoped API credentials for every AI agent that talks to an MCP server. Two things to call out on this page: tool level access control and per key rate limits and expiry. So when our resume screening agent gets a key, that key only opens the doors we explicitly granted and only for as long as we say. That's how we satisfy the ISO 27001 control. You can simply go over to the create agent key. You can fill up the details that you require, such as a name, a description, and you can even give them the allowed tools and the block tools, along with rate limit and an expiry date, and just simply click on create key. The next tab that we have is obviously the MCP servers. This is the registry of MCP servers you've connected to the gateway. Every server you add becomes a source of tools your agents can call. The page also handles health monitoring, so if a server goes down or starts returning errors, you'll see it here. New servers go in through the Add Server button at the top right. You give a server name, you give the URL, you can even give the authentication which is needed for your MCP server. I have already added a test server just for for the purpose of this video. The Tools tab is the catalog. Once a server is connected, every tool it exposes, a database query, a Slack post, a file write, shows up here automatically. From this page, you manage each tool's risk level and decide which ones need an approval workflow before an agent can invoke them. That's the runtime side of a human oversight under EU AI Act Article 40. You can even filter the tools we have for different servers that you have created and along with the risk level if you want. Now we go over to the audit log. And you can obviously in the audit log as well, you can ultimately filter on the basis of the dates as well. So over here, you'll see in the last 30 days, I get the two charts with the average latency along for the top 10 tools and the top 10 tools that were used regarding their calls. And over here, the audit log gives you the full invocation history, every tool call, who triggered it, what arguments were passed, and what came back. By default, it shows the last 7 days. You can change the window in the top right. This is your evidence for Article 12 of the AI Act on automatic logging. Now we go over to the approvals. Approvals is where high-risk tool calls land when they wait for a human to sign off. Two subtabs here. One is pending, the other is history. That needs a decision right now, and history is for everything already approved or rejected. And obviously, the last tab we have is guardrails. This is the inline layer, rules that scan tool inputs before they reach the server. You can catch PII, prohibited content, or prompt injection attempts. Each rule can be scoped to specific tools, and you can stack multiple rule types together. New rules go through the Add Guardrail button on the top right, and that's the operational side of the manage function in NIST AI RMF. In this section, we've shown you the 6 pillars of the MCP gateway: agent keys, server registration, the tool catalog, audit logs, approvals, and guardrails. And now each one maps to a real obligation under the EU AI Act, ISO 42001 or 27001. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.